Three of the most important aspects of visual storytelling include great lighting, great composition, and great shots. And in today's video, we're going to be learning about all the different types of shots used in filmmaking to tell a compelling story. Welcome back, Visionaries. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the visual language used in filmmaking to communicate certain ideas and emotions to the audience. And we're also going to be taking a look at the many different types of camera shots that are available to you as a filmmaker. And as always, if you want to learn the art of filmmaking made simple, then consider subscribing and clicking that tiny little bell icon so that way you don't miss any new videos from the studio. Now let's get learning. The extreme wide shot is the largest shot in filmmaking, and it's used when you want to give your audience an extremely wide-angle view of the location a scene takes place in. It's also used to show the size and scale of your subject relative to the rest of the environment. If your subject needs to be isolated, small, or overwhelmed by their environment or the needs of the story, then the extreme wide shot is a great shot to showcase this idea. The extreme wide shot can also be used to give the audience a good idea of where everything and everyone is within a scene. Check out this shot from Mad Max Fury Road. This shot frames the bus against the giant dust storm, taking care to make sure the bus looks as small as possible to really emphasize the size of the storm they're heading into. And this shot from The Dark Knight starts in an extreme wide shot to showcase the vastness of Hong Kong around Batman and moves closer to him to draw you into the scene. Finally, this shot from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla really illustrates the size of the kaiju within the city, as well as give the audience a great view of the Crystal Fortress growing out of the ground. The next shot is a closer version of the extreme wide shot, also known as the wide shot. The wide shot frames your subject from head to toe, with a good amount of room above their head and a good amount of room below their feet. And this allows the viewer to keep the subject in focus while still allowing a lot of the environment to be seen. It also gives the audience a better idea of how a character or characters fit within the scene. Check out this shot from the first live-action Transformers film. Here, the Decepticon Blackout attacks the Soxet military base with his ranged weapons. We see the base, military vehicles, and the soldiers fleeing, and the Transformer doing his thing, giving us a great look at the action taking place. And in this shot from the Batman, we see Batman and Catwoman sharing a moment on top of a Gotham roof. The wide shot used here allows us to see both of them and their place within the environment. And it also allows us to see both of them in the same shot without needing to cut. And finally, this wide shot from Spider-Man 2 shows good old Spidey slinging his webs. This version of the wide shot is not only used to show him among the glass canyons of the city, but also follow him, adding a sense of movement and flow to the shot. Following the wide shot is the full shot. It frames your subject from head to toe while allowing some of the scenery to still be seen. The difference between the wide shot and the full shot is that the full shot is framed a little bit tighter, with a little bit less room above the subject's head and a little bit less room below the subject's feet. The full shot is used to show a single character as the main focus of a shot, but it can also be used to show multiple characters as the focus of a single shot as well. This allows you to have a bunch of characters within a frame and not have to cut to a bunch of different shots. The full shot is also a great way to make a subject appear more dominant in frame. Take this example shot from Captain America: The First Avenger. We see Captain America and the Red Skull facing off, The full shot here shows them both in frame and really shows that they are both dominant subjects, and it also communicates that they are adversaries without needing to cut two different shots to show them both. Another example of the full shot is this shot from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2007. We see Raph and Leo squaring off, and we see both of them in a low angle, which communicates their power and skill, but also a struggle for dominance between the two. The final full shot example is this one from Godzilla Minus One. We see Godzilla framed from head to toe from an overhead angle, showing just how massive he is in relation to his environment and the tiny humans below. Next up is the medium full shot. The medium full shot is a shot size that is somewhere between a medium shot and a full shot, hence the name. It usually frames your subject from the mid-thigh up, which is why it is also known as the cowboy shot. It got the name the cowboy shot because it was used in a lot of westerns, and it framed a lot of the characters from the mid-thigh up, allowing the gun at their side to be seen. Take this shot from the 2016 version of The Magnificent Seven. Here we have Chris Pratt's character Josh Faraday and Haley Bennett's character Emma Cullen practicing with a rifle. Notice how they are framed from the mid-thigh up, allowing us to see some of their facial expressions as well as see their weapons in plain view. Another great example of the cowboy shot is this shot from Wonder Woman before the DCEU became a mess. It shows her in a well-framed cowboy shot, which allows us to see her face and her lasso of truth in plain view while also showing some of the environment. Now we can dive into shots that allow your subject to be seen in greater detail. And the first of these shots is the medium shot. The medium shot frames your subject from the waist up and it allows some of their facial detail and expressions to be seen a little bit more clearly. The medium shot can be used to show a character in a more dominant position, but it can also be used in dialogue scenes in which two characters are talking and we need to see the reactions of both characters within the scene. It can also be used to show action in more detail, like this shot from Shin Ultraman. Here we see the Giant of Light charging up his iconic Spacium beam. The shot is framed from the waist up, which is tight enough to show the moment of firing and allows us to see some of the beam's finer details. The medium shot is also used really well in this scene from Rocky 3, as Adrian and Rocky have an argument on the beach. The shot allows us to see their facial expressions well and pulls the viewer in as the argument gets more heated. Next up is the medium close-up. Like its name implies, the medium close-up is between a medium shot and a close-up, and it usually frames your subject from the chest up, like how I'm framed right now. Framing your subject like this allows you to get in closer and share a little bit more intimacy with your subject without getting too close. To illustrate this, we're taking a look at this scene from 2022's Shin Kamen Rider. Even though both riders are wearing helmets, they're both framed in medium close-ups, allowing us to get a bit closer and read their emotions through body language. And this shot from Pacific Rim shows Mako and Raleigh having a conversation about Gypsy Danger. Both subjects are framed so that we as the audience are seemingly subject to a private moment, allowing a sense of intimacy and closeness that wouldn't be there if framed with a larger shot size. Following the medium close-up is the close-up. The close-up is one of the most well-known shot types used in filmmaking, and it's used when we need to see a character's emotional reaction to something happening within the story. In this shot from Superman Returns, we see Clark, who has returned to Earth and is checking up on those close to him. His face is framed in a close-up as he suspects something important about one of the characters, allowing us to see a bit of his emotional state. And this shot from the beginning of the MCU, we see Tony suiting up in the Mark III suit for the first time. And this is a great example of a close-up, as we see his face and the look of determination on it, as he dons the iconic suit for combat, ready to save the people of Gulmira. This shot is also great because it draws attention to his eyes in particular. Finally, we have the extreme close-up. The extreme close-up is the tightest shot in filmmaking and is used when you need to fill the frame with your subject's face. When you frame a subject with the extreme close-up, you keep the eyes in focus, and usually you use the extreme close-up when you need to see a certain detail on your character's face. I love this shot from Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which shows us Caesar's eyes as he focuses on the target he and his clan are hunting. By framing the eyes this way, we see his focus and determination in a bold way that instantly grabs the viewer's attention and holds it. It also allows us to peek into his mental state and some of the toughness inherent to the character. You can also use the extreme close-up to show objects in greater detail that you really wouldn't see with any other shot size. Before we wrap up, it is important to cover camera framing. There's the single shot, the two shot, the three shot, the over-the-shoulder shot, and the point of view shot. The single shot is when a shot only has one subject or character in it. It can be any shot size, but only have one subject. The two shot is the same thing as the single shot, but it has two characters in frame instead of one. Again, this shot can be framed in any size as long as it has two characters or subjects in frame. The three shot is when three characters or subjects are in frame, and it can be nearly any shot size. Next is the over-the-shoulder shot. This shot is when the subject is framed over the shoulder of another subject or character. This shot helps provide orientation and connect the two characters emotionally. Finally, we have the POV, or point of view shot, which is a shot framed from the character or subject's point of view. It shows us exactly what the character is looking at, as if the audience sees it through the character's eyes. And that just about covers all the shots used in filmmaking, Visionaries. If you enjoyed today's video, then go down below and leave one of these. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to learn the art of filmmaking made simple. Oh, and don't forget to click the little bell icon so that way you don't miss any new videos. Until next time, Visionaries, remember this: stay curious, stay creative, and above all, stay awesome, Visionaries.